got up in the morning and I was coming to work here because I was hosting the pre-match at Celtic Park for the Hibs fans. There was about 500 of us heading to Celtic Park for the hospitality, and woke up. I'd been at Slater's and I bought a nice wee green jacket with a green waistcoat combo. So I was all dressed. I had all my gear looked out, but there was that feeling of, oh God, we're so close to this, but it could end in the way that it has done for so many. So that was the photograph that I took of myself. First thing in the morning, about 9 o'clock in the morning, and it kind of sort of summed up how I was, oh God, but it was like there was a belief that we could do it, and I, we at Parkhead, we at the hospitality interviewed the likes of Pat Stanton and Alec Cropley was there, and Stuart Lovell was there. But the difference compared to previous cup finals where we had chances to win it, I think the last couple, obviously against Hearts, they were paying players that they couldn't really afford. It wasn't a level playing field then. Celtic before that were a much stronger side, but we'd beaten Rangers and we could beat Rangers, and there was a real sense of belief going into that game that, again, if we play as we have done in the past against them, we could win, and we did. And that's what was brilliant about winning the Scottish Cup, because we won it in such style. Nobody could ever question saying, you had an easy draw or you had no disrespect, but when we won the Scottish Cup, it was against Dunfermline, and people always like to have a wee pop out. It was Dunfermline, though. You won against any of the big boys, although we beat Rangers in the semi-final there. But beating all the teams that we did, beating Hearts on the way, beating Dundee United on the way, and then taking care of Rangers in such glorious style was just, again, the stuff of dreams. And it was just a magical day. You couldn't have asked for it to go any differently, but we were absolutely up for it and thoroughly deserved the win. Long. Those minutes after David Gray scored were quite long, and I remember I was still calming down after the equaliser, and then we got the third goal, and instantly went absolutely bananas and hugging everyone. I had my dad on one side and I had Pat Stanton on the other. And again, I'm in dreamland here. I'm at the Scottish Cup final. Hibs have just scored a third goal. I've got Pat Stanton on one side. I'm with my dad. It's absolutely crazy. And I kind of went like that. I was like, I had my hands up and in my head going, oh my God. And I remember looking around and everyone was doing that. There was a real kind of, oh my God, we might have actually done this. We might have actually done it. And that's I don't really remember much about the game, of what was happening on the pitch at that point. But I remember that there was a shout, what looked like Rangers was going to get a foul, but it turned out we got it, which gave us, that was almost like scoring another goal, because we knew it had bought us a few more seconds to wind down. But it was that was my kind of memory of having scored the third goal. You're going bananas, you're crying, but there's this feeling of, oh my God, and that was being echoed by men young and old all around me, and I'll never forget it. Just elation and hugging everybody that was around me. I got my phone out, and in hindsight, I should have maybe taken more photographs than I did. But I got a couple of photographs because, a few moments after the final whistle went, and I just looked at my dad. He was just sitting down. He was just sitting down on his own, had his head in his hands, and he was just having a wee moment to himself. It gets me emotional now even thinking about it. But I got my photo out, my camera out, and I took a couple of pictures of him, because he was obviously thinking of his dad, who'd lived and died and never seen it. And it was that moment of, oh my God, I saw what meant to him, and it was amazing. But that's the great thing about the cup, and that's what it meant, and there's no shame in shedding a tear. I'll still end up bubbling watching stuff on YouTube, and just when you see it again, these clips that the fans had taken And they're all doing that. When the goal goes in, it still gets me, and I think that's what's brilliant about it, because I know that I can still get emotional. We're nearly a year on, and it still gets me, and I can still get that same feeling by watching. Oh, and the documentary, the DVD, the Time for Heroes that came out was just amazing, and you got to live it all over again. And no matter, we talked about would Hibs win the Scottish Cup ever again, well, if they do, brilliant. If they don't, c'est la vie. We've had that day, and we can relive that day. And every time I tweet about the Scottish Cup final or Hibs in the Scottish Cup, I always hashtag every day is the 21st of May. Because from now on, football for me has changed. Football for Hibs fans has changed completely. And, every day is the 21st of May, because we can always take a wee moment to just remember how we felt when that final whistle went. And no one can take that away from us.